Hello everyone, my name is Ivo and welcome to Cooking with the Koyas. And today folks, I'd like to share with you a recipe that I actually found on Netflix while watching somebody feed Phil. He was in Venice in Italy and he went to this trattoria called Vini da Arturo. And in that trattoria folks, they made an amazing, what I'm going to call Venetian pork chop. And I'd like to share that recipe with you today, so let's get started right now. So here I have two boneless pork chops. You could use any pork chops that you like. And what we're going to do, we're going to start off by pounding them. So I want to make them a little bit thinner so that they fry up better. So I'm just going to use the flat side of this mallet. Okay, there we go. One is done. Let's take that out. Just in between two sheets of plastic, folks. It's easy. There we go. See the difference in size here? Right? That's what we're looking for right there. So let me pound the second one and we'll get this one prepared. And there we go. Our second one is done. Beautiful. There we have two beautiful pork chops right there, folks. Okay, so next step is real simple. We're going to prepare our ingredients here. Let's give my hands a quick wash. So what we have here, I have some all-purpose flour, 1 egg, and I'm going to add about a tablespoon of water, and we're going to make an egg wash. So just beat that egg with the water. Incorporate that all nicely. Okay, there we go. We got our egg wash. And here I have some breadcrumbs. Okay, Italian breadcrumbs, of course, I made those myself. Okay, and now we're just going to start putting this all together. So we're going to take our pork chop, and the first thing we're going to do is coat it in the all-purpose flour. Give it a good coating. There we go. Then it goes into the egg wash. And here I like to use the tongs so my hands don't get all gooey. So you want to cover it both sides in the egg wash. There we go, beautiful. And now into the breadcrumb. And you want to cover this both sides. I like to pat it down a little bit, make sure those breadcrumbs stick. Beautiful breadcrumbs, actually. Sourdough breadcrumbs, to be honest with you. Okay, any breadcrumbs will do, folks. Whatever you have at home will do. Okay, there you go. There's one done. We're going to do the same thing now with the second one. Okay, very simple. Flour. Get it all coated in flour. Egg wash. Make sure it gets completely covered with the egg wash so that our breadcrumbs stick. I see one spot there that's not done. We're going to get that done. There we go. Perfect. And now into the breadcrumb we go. Okay. Covered in the breadcrumb. Sometimes if it folds over on you, you see there's some spots there where there's no breadcrumb. I want to make sure breadcrumbs are completely covered in this pork chop. Beautiful. Oh, that looks good already, folks. Okay, there we have our two pork chops. We're going to make our way now to the frying pan. So I'm going to use grapeseed oil, but you could use vegetable oil, grapeseed oil, sunflower oil, whatever your favorite oil is for frying, that's what you're going to want to use. Okay, and let's fire up the stove. Now, so far, folks, this is your basic Italian cooking so far. But when we finish it, that's where the Venetian twist comes in, and I'll show you what we're going to do. We want to bring this up to temperature, though. It's got to come up to about 350, 360 degrees. So let's get this up to temperature. Let's do a temperature check. 350, 360, we're in, folks. We are ready to start frying. Okay, so we're gonna take our pork chop and we're gonna have just enough room for the two of them here without being overcrowded. Okay, that's a beautiful sizzle. I like the sound of that. Now, if you started heating your oil on high, drop it back to medium or medium high while you're cooking so that it doesn't just sear the outside edge. You want it to cook right through. So yeah, its temperature's dropped a bit, but we're at 316. That's good, that's okay. And basically you want to fry these now, folks, till they're golden brown on both sides, and you want it cooked right through. So I'm going to leave it on this medium high and give it for a minute or two, and then we're going to flip these over. So as we can see, it's starting to brown on the outside here. Let's take a look and see how we're doing. Oh yeah, that's looking good right there. Nice and golden. That's beautiful actually, folks. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Now, depending on the temperature of your oil, the thickness of your pork chop, you know, you may have to add a minute or two. Again, depending on some variables there. But generally speaking, a few minutes on each side and they're done. So let's give them a few minutes now on this side. Time to take another look. See how we're doing. Oh boy, that looks really, really good. How about this one? That looks good too. So because these are a little thicker, I'm just going to give it another 30 seconds or so, maybe a minute on this side. No, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. And then I'm going to flip it. I just want to make sure these are cooked right through. Okay, oh yeah, that looks really, really, really good. All right, another 30 seconds and these should be done. Okay, let's just turn that heat off. Now, this is where things get a little bit interesting, folks. Look at that. Absolutely perfecto. Okay, this is where things get interesting. Okay, remove that one. They both look fantastic. So now, what they did at Vini di Arturo, they now took that oil and drained it. They removed the oil, leaving a little residual. Put the pork chops back in. We're going to put our heat back up to medium. Now, this is the magic, as they say. We're going to add, ooh, we're not going to add that. We're going to add, folks, some white vinegar. This is just plain old white vinegar. Okay, about a cup and a half or so of plain white vinegar. And let's bring that up to heat. Let's get that heat going in here. And this, folks, is where the intense flavor actually comes in. It really changes the complexity of these pork chops very, very nicely, and it gives it a flavor that is just fantastic. Okay, so we're just going to let these cook now about, I'm going to say about a minute on each side. And the aroma, folks, intense with that vinegar, intense. Oh, okay, we're going to give it another up to a minute on that side. We're going to let that vinegar get into those pork chops and get that flavor right in there very, very nicely. Okay, folks, look at that. Very intense. Oh, yeah. Okay, there's our one. And here's our second pork chop. Venetian style, folks. Oh boy, looky there. Oh my goodness, folks. Taste test coming up. Oh my goodness, folks. Take a look at these beautiful, beautiful pork chops right there. Steaming hot, cooked to perfection, Venetian style. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, you know, folks, the taste test. Here's, looks like a nice piece right here on the end. Oh yeah, it's cooked right through, very nicely cooked right through, and a little bit steaming hot. What a flavor enhancer that white vinegar is, folks. Absolutely delicious. No wonder somebody feed Phil. No wonder he wanted to go back to Vini d'Arturo for his favorite pork dish. Because this, folks, this is not only something different, but it's absolutely amazing, full of flavor. That vinegar just adds that nice tanginess to this pork chop. You know, sometimes you can squirt a lemon on top or whatever. This flavor, totally different. With that white vinegar in there, it's absolutely amazing. And folks, you saw how easy, how quick and easy this was to come together. It's a simple, simple recipe originating in Venice, Italy. And you can make it right here in your own kitchen and enjoy it. But if you ever do go to Venice, be sure to have a visit to Vini d'Arturo and try this recipe or try this dish right there in his restaurant. But for now, I'm going to enjoy this right here at home. I want to thank you for spending time with me in the kitchen. A great place to be. And until next time, buon appetito. Delicious.